Hey everybody, it is ElCid932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We're here to meet the cast of Love is Blind UK Season 2. Please make sure you do like the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment below. Netflix just came out with the entire cast, and I said, I've never done a meet the cast for Love is Blind. I just dove into it. So let me just do a meet the cast since it's fresh out the box. And the season is coming up in a couple of weeks. And I know you're excited because that's what this channel started, as a Love is Blind channel. And we have certainly grown from there. So let's start with the ladies first, okay? Let's start with ladies first. I really love to do the ladies first. We have Anu, who is 29. She is a singer from Essex, England. This singer serenades happy couples on their special day, but at times the gigs can leave her feeling lonely. Her one long-term relationship ended after 4 years due to his infidelity, and since then, Anu has been busy pouring back into herself. She recently got serious about finding love, but it's been challenging because most guys don't seem to be seeking real commitment. Anu is hopeful that dating in the pods will restore her faith in men and marriage. If she hears an emotionally available guy tell her that she's the one sight unseen, it will be music to her ears. Now, they do these kinds of cheesy lines. Oh, it'll be music to her ears because she's a singer. Come on now. Now, Anu is a fabulous young lady and fabulously looking young lady. All the ladies look beautiful. And, you know, ended her 4-year relationship due to his infidelity. One, did she notice it? Did she run away right away? I have questions. How long ago did it end? It was one long term 4 years ago. Did it end a year ago, 2 years ago? Did it end just 6 months ago? But they say she's been pouring back into herself. So I'm hoping she's saying that she's healed, but we need to know how much time has passed. But that is Anu. Next is Amy, 33, a primary school teacher from Brecon, Wales. It's family over everything for Amy, whose loved ones describe her as the life of the party. Okay, we can't have both. Family over everything or the life of the party. We can't be both. She's extremely close with her parents and even set her brother up with his partner of 8 years. Unfortunately, no setup of her own has been quite as successful. In her last relationship, which came to a close 2 years ago, her family-oriented outlook ended up being a deal breaker, and he wasn't interested in having children. But after years of living in Dubai, Amy's settling back down in Wales and is looking for someone who shares her goals to join her as she embarks on the next chapter. Okay, Amy's well-traveled. She lived several years in Dubai. Very, very hopeful for Amy that she could definitely, blend with a multicultural, person. But her last relationship came to a close 2 years ago. I'm guessing right after that she went to Dubai. When did she know that this man didn't want children? When did she know? And how long was she with that person? Because it says it came to an end. It came to a close 2 years ago. But how long was that relationship? And she had to have known he didn't want children. I don't know, Amy, but I am hopeful. All these I'm hopeful in the beginning until we see how they really act in the pods or we see the edited clips of what they want us to see. Ashley is 30. She's a cabin crew manager from Surrey, England, with a nickname like Combat Barbie. What? Okay now. With a name like Combat Barbie, it's no wonder that Ashley was an army cadet growing up and loves a man in uniform. Okay, she was in uniform and she liked a man in uniform. Given her hectic work schedule, Ashley tends to catch flights, not feelings, as most men aren't looking to connect on an emotional level with an air hostess. After her parents divorced when she was in her late teens, Ashley had to mature quickly to help handle the household bills. Okay, that is giving me, why did she have to handle the bills when she was with a parent? That's giving me tough household. Though she's always been highly responsible, she also loves having a good time. When she's not working or volunteering, Ashley enjoys going to the theater, pole fitness, and showing off her headstand skills. So I'm thinking the party side is to take her mind away from all that she is responsible for and just kind of like take a load off. But her parents divorced when she was in her teens and she had to mature quickly and handle the household bills. What is late teens? I'm thinking 16, 17. And that is a lot of responsibility for a child. Next is Bardha, 32, sales and marketing director from London. Working in the luxury car industry, Bardha is looking to shift gears and fast track her love life. Y'all see that again? Just because she's, in sales, they decide to use fast track and shift gears. Her parents are especially eager to see their daughter walk down the aisle as she called off a previous engagement due to infidelity. What's going on out there, UK? What's going on? Her dream wedding will be, of course, spectacular, as Bardha's family describes her as bougie. Okay. But she comes from humble beginnings, having immigrated to the UK from war-torn Kosovo as a child. Being single at Bardha's age is considered unusual in her culture. Remember, she's 32. That's why she wants to speed things up and lock down a man who isn't intimidated by her ambition and impressive career. Okay, she's bougie. Okay, Bardha, this ain't a place for a bougie wedding, okay? They have a budget per bride. They have a budget for the rings per couple. So this ain't the place for bougie. So maybe you would have this tasteful wedding within their budget, and later on you have a wedding that's, out of this world. But are you healed? Have you taken some time? I just don't know. She wants to speed things up and lock down a man. I mean, it sounds like she's a barracuda, the way y'all have described it, and she may be the sweetest thing. She may be the sweetest thing. I don't know. But then sales, she could be, a lady in luxury sales. She could be very, very fierce, salesperson. Christine, 35, HR operations lead from Athlaka, Republic of Ireland. I hope I said that correctly, y'all. Dating in her small rural town has been hard for Christine, who's known as a very experienced bridesmaid. With limited dating pool of men, she has a habit of falling for bad boys and who end up breaking her heart. While she's looking for a lover in the pods, it wouldn't hurt if he's a fan of Friends, because people often say she looks like Monica. Not another celebrity lookalike. Y'all know I have photos here, so y'all tell me in the comments if she does look like Monica. As an only child, Christine knows her future husband will have to impress her parents, who would like to welcome grandkids in their very Irish family as soon as possible. Does that very Irish, are they open to everything else? She's experienced bridesmaids, so is she doing this because all her friends are getting married? Is she feeling left behind? Because that is not a reason to go off and get married. I can understand the pool of men, is small because of the rural town, but you could have gone to Dubai like, the previous contestant. Next up is Danielle, 33, estate agent from Portsmouth, England. Danielle is an open book, so of course she tends to take what others tell her at face value. But being so trusting hasn't always worked out. An open book also can mean you're very direct and people don't like you. I know. Danielle has been cheated on several times in past relationships. Oh my word! Leading to some serious heartbreak. In the pod, she doesn't plan on pursuing her usual type. Loud guys who call attention to themselves. Okay? Instead, she's looking for someone more low-key, who's reserved and hardworking. But most of all, finding a partner with ambition is extremely important to Danielle, especially since her own property business is booming. I'm interested to know this property business, because real estate agents, usually do very well in the pods in the UK. We'll see what's going on with Danielle. But another infidelity, she had heartbreak, and she doesn't plan on pursuing her usual loud guy. We'll see, because the reserved guy might be boring to her. We're watching Danielle, if we get to see you. Next up is Holly, 30, a private chef in London. As an expert in the culinary arts, Holly loves to spend her time whipping up delicious confections in the kitchen. Again, another corny. That's why I gotta say it like that so we don't get bored. Until recently, she put her dating life on the back burner. Now it's time to spice up her love life. I'm so sorry, Holly. They got everything in the kitchen for you. Raised to be an ambitious and assertive woman, Holly knows exactly what she wants, and when it comes to a partner, someone driven, emotionally available, and appreciative of her nurturing nature will get her attention. If the man of her dreams is waiting on the other side of the pods, this Pisces won't hesitate as she tends to wear her heart on her sleeve and fall in love fast. Whoo, Holly, that 10 days, oh, you gonna fall in love fast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's raised to be ambitious and assertive. Will a man like that? Will a man like, her being ambitious and assertive? He probably like her cooking, but I don't know. I've known a few chefs and, it's very demanding, especially to say she's a private chef. It can be very demanding. We're rooting for you, Holly. Katisha, 31, nanny and makeup artist. Oh, I like Katisha. She's from Dumfries, Scotland. Attention, fellow singles. Katisha is looking for a husband, not a boyfriend. Okay? The eldest of 7 children, she and her family moved a total of 14 times while she was growing up. Whoo, Katisha, that's telling me tough childhood. Though she finally settled in Dumfries, dating there as an adult hasn't been easy. After being single for 6 years, Katisha is starting to feel unlucky in love and to question if she has a broken picker. Now she's ready to branch out of her small hometown to connect with the right type of men who are seeking long-term commitment and love. I hope you find what you're looking for, Katisha, but nanny, makeup artist, how much time would you have for a relationship? And the family moving 14 times? I don't know. Is there some residual stuff there? You're settled in Dumfries. Hopefully you're putting in roots, or will you be open to moving for your love? Or is that, you just don't want to move anymore? 14 times you saying that, Katisha may be looking for someone who's close to Dumfries, Scotland. Okay? I don't know. Next up is Lori, 37, interior stylist in London. Lori's friends think she's still single because she usually dates younger men. Ooh, Lori, how much younger? She met her last boyfriend while on a trip to Vegas, but turned out not to be lucky in love because they wanted different things. Well, why y'all telling? I thought what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Lori, you're already breaking rules. Now she's firmly closing the age gap and looking to start a life with a serious guy who embraces her Celtic and Caribbean roots. With a career in design, Lori clearly has a keen eye for aesthetics. She's willing to put aside in search for love, however, because she hasn't found success with superficial dating methods. Lori, I wonder if you meet the guy and he ain't aesthetically pleasing, will you stay? Or will you run away? Or will you go back to the younger men? I have questions, Lori. I hope we see you further. I have questions. Next up is Lol. Lol is 31, an account manager for sales from Bedfordshire, England. With Lol, it's all in the name. The outgoing social butterfly loves to laugh, especially at her many outrageous dating stories. Though her natural confidence attracts all kinds of people, she has a habit of letting the wrong guys into her heart. With her grandparents, who recently celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary, serving as a powerful example, Lol knows that long-lasting love is possible. As a lover of pasta and wine, she appreciates a perfect pairing and believes hers is still out there somewhere. If she happens to meet him in the pods, things could get saucy. See there? Just because she loves pasta, they gotta say perfect pairing with the wine and saucy. Oh, word. Y'all are a little cheesy. But, lol, you're 31. They had 70 years. You know your grandparents started a little bit younger in order to have been married 71 years already. I'm just saying. But I understand. I hope you're not looking at their relationship as a sort of perfection and you want perfection for yourself, because perfection does not exist. It's just perfect for you, okay? Now Megan, y'all. Megan has the most daring outfit, but that's because Megan is 28 and she's a dance and fitness instructor from London. With a personality as fiery as her hair, Megan always brings the energy. This professional dancer has spent much of her career performing on cruise ships. Now she's looking to set sail on more romantic waters, especially since her most recent relationship with a fellow dancer went under after they returned to land. Okay, y'all. This is a dancer. This is another cruise ship. Remember last season, Bobby, Jasmine's Bobby was on cruise ships as well. Okay, I see a trend. In the pods, Megan is hoping to find a man who supports her career and shares her desire to start a family and quick-witted sense of humor. Now, is that career going to still be on the cruise ships, or are you going to open a dance studio close to home? Questions, Megan. Coming from an atypical family structure, oh wow. Okay, let's see how it's atypical. Megan's biological father was never a part of her life. She's drawn to the idea of adoption and would be interested in exploring that possibility with her future partner. Okay, because of your biological father not in your life, you're considering adoption. I've never seen that equation like that. Maybe, challenges in fertility with the family or whatever, but definitely, I don't see that as a correlation really. But interesting. Did she have a father figure who's going to walk her down the aisle? Okay, it says a lot here about family and cruise ships. Okay, we'll see, Megan. Next up is Sarova, 29, medical company owner from Buckinghamshire, England. This former competitive kickboxer, wait a minute now. Okay, wait a minute, Sarova. This former competitive kickboxer won't pull any punches in her search to find her husband in the pods. For much of her life, Sarova kept men in the friend zone, choosing to focus on her education and career over everything. You do that and you kind of pass up on men that you could build a future with. I understand. Recently, romance has been calling, but online dating and being set up by relatives has not been successful. While she's technically never been in a serious relationship, Sarova has experienced her fair share of dating disasters, including a man who lied about his age on their first date. Even after she gave him multiple chances, he ended up ghosting and blocking her, which was a gut punch to her self-esteem. So you're 29, you never had a serious relationship because you focus on your education and your career. But how has the situationships been happening? Okay, dating disasters. Why? Okay, the man lied to you about his age. Why are you going at him to get him to confess? Let it go. Sarova, I'm concerned. You don't know when to let it go. Whew. Next up is Sophie, 28, senior commercial manager from Manchester, England. Confrontational Sophie. We already started off feisty. Confrontational Sophie loves to argue and is a very good at getting her way. She's a law school graduate after all. Okay, now I understand. Okay, Sophie, I understand. Law school, law argument, I understand. Still, one of her biggest turn-ons is a guy who can stand up for himself and doesn't let her walk all over him. Oh, golly. Sadly, it's sounding like a lady who wants, I want someone who could handle me. I want someone who could push back. It's not a battlefield, okay? It's not a battlefield. The reason, despite her feisty exterior, she has a softer side that she doesn't show often. The reason she's never been in love is because she's scared of having her heart broken. To make it work with Sophie, her partner will have to break down her walls and gain the approval of her very protective dad and 4 brothers. We ain't climbing over walls. We ain't breaking down walls, because that is telling me that's an invasion. Sophie needs to let her walls down and let the man get closer. Oh my word, Sophie. I don't know. You gonna be feisty. I see you. Too much. Next is Tara, 33, cafe owner from Wicklow, Republic of Ireland. Described by her friends as an outgoing and confident extrovert, Tara usually has no problems pushing past surface level chats. Yet in her last relationship, she struggled to connect beyond silly jokes and banter. Now, Tara won't waste time on anyone who isn't genuinely interested in all aspects of her life, including her favorite pastimes: running, night diving, and walking her Great Dane. Hoping nobody got allergies to dogs. Tara is heading into this experiment full of optimism, as a fortune teller recently predicted she'd be engaged by September. Could fate be waiting for her on the other side of that wall? Did y'all do this to Tara intentionally because y'all know she gonna make it to a wedding? Why do we need to know what the fortune teller told her, or whether they're wrong or right? Oh, Tara, I hope they didn't set you up. But it's sounding kind of rigid that the person has to include, like all aspects of your life: running, night diving, and walking your Great Dane. What if they have their own, hobbies? What if they prefer hiking and they're like, you have to do what I like? Sounding a little too rigid, Tara. Last but not least is Yolanda. This is just for the ladies. We have the men coming up. Yolanda is 26, specialist occupational therapist from Hampshire, England. Yolanda is the youngest single in the pod squad at 26, but she considers herself to be wise beyond her years. As an adrenaline junkie who enjoys skydiving, bungee jumping, she has plenty of experience taking big leaps of faith. It's sounding like if it ain't racing your heart, then it's going to be boring. This time around, her adventurous spirit has led her to the pods, where she hopes to find a loving partner who can lighten her load. Okay, what heavy loads are you carrying, Yolanda? I hope it ain't trauma. Yolanda is known as a ride or perish by her friends and family. No. Spending her days and nights looking after people she loves the most. Will she find someone to ride for her in the same way? Ride or perish, y'all know I gotta say it like that for YouTube. The ride or D-I-E person, sometimes they don't see the faults of their partner and they just keep on going downhill and don't know when to abandon ship. They just don't know. Yo, that was the ladies. Now let's get to the gents. Okay, let's get to the handsome man. First up is Billy. Billy is 35. He is an army physical trainer from Bangor, North Ireland. Billy's ready to meet a woman who makes his heart sing. Okay, we have a singer, Billy. We have a singer for you. Preferably any song by Michael Bublé, his go-to at the karaoke bar. Though he got divorced 5 years ago after a whirlwind romance, Billy's still a strong believer in marriage. He loved being a husband and wants to find a life partner who will accompany him on group dates with his married friends, enjoy a pint of Guinness, and build a family with him. That family will, of course, include his beloved dog, Ollie. Now, why y'all went and got a man with a dog named Ollie, knowing one of the contestants last year name was Ollie? Come on now. He got divorced 5 years ago. How long was this whirlwind romance? It was 30. So how long was he married previously? I have questions. So he wants a partner that will go with him on group dates with his married friends. Okay, is he looking to be just married because he wants to be still in the married friends group? Is he the sixth or seventh wheel because everybody else is paired up? Okay, Billy, I'm watching you. Next is Charlie, 28, electrical engineer from Essex, England. As a self-described former party boy, Cheeky Charlie is known for being outspoken, but his personality hasn't always led to success in romance. Cheeky Charlie. Charlie means that you saying stuff and you can't read the room. And right now, ain't no room to be read. You gotta read voices. In the past, he struggled to exit the friend zone with women who see him only as a mate. Yes, you're the comedian. You're the one to make them laugh. That's why Charlie is drawn to older, more mature women who might actually take him seriously. After a recent breakup that shattered his confidence and trust, Charlie took some time off from dating to heal. Now he's finally ready to give love a try once again. Cougars, get ready. Charlie's back on the prowl. Y'all, that was very cheesy, okay? Y'all didn't have to do that to Charlie, okay? And Cougars, he's 28. You know, some of the ladies are older than 28, so hopefully they're open to a younger man. Mm. But the young lady for younger men, I don't know if Charlie is young enough for her. Next up is Chris, 33, project manager from Sussex, England. As a lover of all things numbers, Chris embraces his nerdy side and wants to find a partner who does the same. But the math isn't mathing when it comes to love. Okay, y'all bear with me with these cheesy lines, okay? As his previous romantic relationships have never quite added up. Described by friends and family as a kind and generous person who always thinks of others, Chris is hoping to meet a family-oriented and funny woman who loves animals so he can finally crack the marriage equation. Chris, you look like you're just the nice guy. The nice guy that they just put in the friend zone. Because the math ain't mathing. Demola, 30, financial analyst, Essex, England. An old school gentleman, Demola has been marriage-minded from a young age, even fantasizing about the details of his wedding as a boy. While he wears his heart on his sleeve, Demola's most recent relationship ended after 8 years because he didn't feel comfortable being vulnerable. Ooh. After 2 years unattached, he believes connecting with someone in the pods is his best shot at marrying on a deeper level. If he's able to do just that, he won't hesitate to pop the question. He's hoping for a long-term love, just like his parents who've been together for decades. Okay, he's 30. His relationship ended after 8 years, about 2 years ago. But he's been single for 2 years. Okay. I hear that he was there from 20 to 28, and then 2 years till he's 30 is when he's been single. Okay, 2 years unattached. Let's hope he's learned something, Demola. But again, wearing your heart on your sleeve, wanting to be vulnerable, I could understand. You know, you need an emotionally available woman. That's what it sounded like. Jack, 33, app creator from London. Even though he's the brains behind most of the world's most popular dating apps, Jack hasn't yet swiped his way to someone special. Jack, the algorithm ain't working for you. I'm sorry, your own algorithm. Since his romantic prospects haven't been as successful as his tech ventures, he's taken his research for love offline. For years, marriage wasn't something on Jack's mind until a health scare made him rethink his priorities. When he was 30, doctors discovered a cancerous tumor on his appendix. Now that this triathlon runner has fully recovered, he realized life is extremely precious and much better with a partner by your side. So, Jack, we have a lady for you who's a runner and a track star. Well, we don't know if in relationships, but she wants to run. She wants somebody to fall into her life, and she got the dog. So, again, 3 years, Jack, I want to congratulate you. 3 years of survival, definitely. But your tech ventures, I wonder, do you have room in your life for a partner? And these 3 years with your health scare, I haven't seen, they haven't said anything about his dating life before that, other than it's unsuccessful. I'd like to know when his last relationship was. Next is James, 36, a real estate manager from Skegness, England. I hope I said it correctly, y'all. As a father of 2, James's proudest achievement in life is raising his daughters, and his heart is set on having more kids in the future. Ooh. Love to see parents on this, and now we have a parent of 2. Nice, James. Okay. But he struggled to find a romantic partner who fits in with his blended family. Geography also has been an issue in the past. James used to divide his time between UK and Thailand, where his mom is from. Okay, y'all, just like Jasmine, Bobby's wife, just like Jasmine, we have a, Asian connection. All that globetrotting, however, wasn't doing wonders for his love life, now that he's firmly planted in one place. James is ready to settle down with his soulmate. And if she's a fan of the sick beats he plays as a DJ, he'll be ready to spin down the aisle. Y'all, we have a blend of Jasmine and Bobby. Jasmine, has the Philippine, Thai region, connection. And remember, Bobby had a song that they played on the show at their wedding. Okay, yeah. I see you, James. Javin. I hope I'm saying it right as Javin. 28, a health coach from Kent, England. Javin played soccer professionally until he was cut from the team due to injury. Oh, so sad. Have you dealt with that though, Javin? Because usually someone who's played professional sports and now have to assimilate to regular public life, or their dream is no longer realized, sometimes that is a hard blow to them. So hopefully you've handled that. Though it was heartbreaking, he since set his sights on new goal, scoring the love of his life. Okay, y'all, back to cheesy. But in a dating game, Javin has come up empty, and he's never been in a committed relationship. Why? Javin believes he just attracts the wrong type of girls. Oh no, 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 no. We're going to be cheesy. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Javin, you don't just attract the wrong girls. You give the wrong girls a chance too. Even if they're buzzing around you, you could be like shoo fly shoot. You do not have to entertain the wrong types of girls. Javin, we already have a problem. In the past, however, he aims to break free of his usual type and build a genuine connection. Now we have a dude that's trying to break free from a type. A new homeowner who is secure in his career, Javin is eager to meet someone who can be a workout buddy, life partner, and fit with his big Jamaican family. Okay, Javin. Okay. I hope your family is welcoming to whoever you may bring home. But that whole thing, you attract the wrong type of girls, yes, they may come. You don't have to entertain their advances or attention. Next up is Jed. Jed is 31, a configuration manager, Essex, England. The highlight of Jed's week is Sunday roast dinners with his large Lebanese family. Ooh, food will be good. He's a doting uncle to 2 nieces and can't wait to one day be a girl dad. You know what, Jed? You say that, you might end up being a boy dad. I'm sorry. That's how life works sometimes. While Jed isn't particularly religious, his father, who is Muslim, instilled in him a deep appreciation for other faiths and cultures, as well as traditional values. Jed's potential wife will need to make a good impression on his tight-knit family and his many married friends, who's been not so patiently waiting for Jed, the 10th wheel of the group, to find his perfect match. Okay, y'all, the math ain't mathin', okay? Jed can't be the 10th wheel unless it's another single. Then he'll have to be the 11th wheel because it got to be odd number, okay? If everybody else is paired up, it got to be odd number. But you might end up being a boy dad, Jed. I'm sorry to say. My concern is that you need to make an impression on a tight-knit family. That's perfectly fine. But since your tight-knit family is Muslim, would they look at your potential partner some kind of way if she does not exemplify those traditional values that you say that you still have? Even though you're not particularly religious, you have those traditional values. Let's see. Jordan, 29, life engineer, Bristol, England. Confident and spontaneous, Jordan still lives with his mom, who can't wait for him to get married and find a place of his own. But preserving his close relationship with his mother isn't the only reason he's looking to find the one. Now, y'all, there is, hey, I'm looking at him sideways too. He is living with his mom. He is 29, life engineer. What's the deal with that? I have questions. Are you coming back home? Have you been like that young lady? You spent years away at Dubai and you now come back home. These are not excuses. I know that's the first thing. She making excuses. I have questions. What is the particulars of him living with his mom? But preserving his close relationship with mother isn't the only reason looking to find the one. As he approaches 30 and after a year of being single, Jordan finally feels ready for a serious romantic partnership. After all this time. So you've been playing around. That's what that line tells me. You've been playing, Jordan. Having grown up in a divorced household, he also wants nothing more than a successful marriage and to start a family of his own. If he gets out of her house soon, maybe grandma will even help take care of the kids. It sounds like grandma wants you gone. Not grandma, your mom. Sounds like your mom wants you gone, Jordan. Marry him, take him, please. That's what it sounded like. Not like a clingy mom that you can't leave. Next up is Cal 31, a gym owner from Wigan, England. I hope it's Wigan and not Wigan. According to Cal, his best assets are his big blue eyes, and he's got him set on marital bliss. Corny. Watching his brothers settle down and start families of their own has made him even more eager to find the one. As a health and fitness fanatic, Cal plans to live to be 100 years old. Okay, what are you doing? Because all I'm thinking in my head is, Cal, you're doing strange things, strange diets, strange habits to try and get to 100. That's all I'm saying. But if he wants to find a partner to go the distance, he'll have to rethink his approach on dating. All 7 of his previous relationships have ended before the 12-month mark. Will he find a woman in the pods to help him break the 1-year curse? Cal, you're 31. You had 7 relationships, all end within a year. It's kind of telling me that you're doing strange things to get to 100, and the ladies can't put up with it for a year. Or maybe they're not on the same, I need to make it to 100 lifestyle that you're on, and it gets boring, or y'all drift away and the relationship just ends. I can see that, Cal. Cal, you gotta calm down, okay? You can make it to 100, not necessarily your partner, I understand, but it sounds like he gonna be judging you if you want to have that cheeseburger. Cal! That's what it sounds like. Y'all, these are all paragraphs that the show wrote. This is why I'm judging. Cal may be completely different. Kieran is 28, a gaming entrepreneur from London. He's a secret geek. Kieran has made a living out of his love of video games. But after just 18 months of singledom, following his last 7-year relationship, he's eager to make it to the final boss of the game of love, marriage. Y'all, stop. Described by his friends and family as Golden Boy, he's now reaching for a golden goblet as he takes his search for the perfect partner to the pods. Kieran is a member of Mensa and has been featured on Forbes 30 Under 30 list, so he's no stranger to success. Let's just see if he finds it in romance. Okay, so he is a huge entrepreneur. He made it Forbes 30 Under 30. Okay, successful. Why are we here in the pods, though? You can afford to pay a matchmaker, Kieran, and found a woman that meets all of your needs, Kieran. Why are we in the pods? I know they have matchmakers in the UK. Kieran, something is fishy here. It's telling me you're here for social media success or social media fame. Okay. Patrick, 33, human design coach from London. Now, y'all, human design coach just means a life coach, okay? It's helping humans design their life. Girl, please. Deeply spiritual, Patrick is guided by his spleen. Yes, you read that correctly. His spleen, y'all. Deeply spiritual and his spleen. Okay. He'll be relying on the organ to let him know if he's met the right woman, even through a wall. Okay. Patrick ended his longest relationship because he didn't know himself well enough. But after putting in the work and feeling secure about himself once again, love is what he's after. Patrick believes relationships should be magnetic, but has yet to be drawn to Mrs. Right. Hopefully, a special someone inside the pods will tap into his splenic instinct. Now, what does spirituality and your spleen have to do? If you know, please put it in the comments. I just don't. Deeply spiritual and his spleen. Now, spiritual doesn't mean religious. So I'd like to know, what is his spirituality coming from? Very interesting, Patrick. I am intrigued. He believes relationships can be magnetic. Okay, so your spleen will draw you to someone. Let's hope the spleen is right, okay? Ross B, 32, builder from Dunstable, England. Rom-com lover, Ross is looking for a movie kind of love. Okay, Ross, I need you to wake up. You know, the movie ends at some point. No. It's like women saying about fairy tales. Stop it. You know, the ones that end in kissing in the rain and a happily ever after. Ross B, stop. This hopeless romantic and former military man thought he found the one in the most recent relationship, but they split. He spent the last 4 years as a single guy. How single? How single we been, Ross B? Heading into the pods, Ross isn't only interested in big gestures worthy of his favorite films, he genuinely wants to find a partner who will be his best friend for life long after the credits stop rolling. You know they're post-scene credits too, right, Ross B? But at some point you gotta leave the theater. Oh, please. Ross M is 30, a barbershop owner in Cheshire, England. As a very good listener, Ross is often described as a therapist by those who sit in his barber chair. Okay, I know people talk in the barbershop, okay? But don't therapize your girlfriend, please. But given his own single status, he tries to avoid doling out relationship advice. Okay, Ross, a wise decision already. At 30 years old, Ross believes he would have settled down by now, but he's scared of getting burned by love again. In his most significant past relationship, Ross fell hell over heels straight away before a breakup can cut deep. So he fell head over heels straight away right before a breakup that cut deep. Okay, Ross, you don't look at red flags. You don't even notice them. Now, after a year of being single, how single, Ross, okay? He's ready to give it another go and hopes to meet someone whom he can be completely himself. Tom, last but not least, y'all. Let's give it up for Tom. He is 35, retired pub landlord from London. In the past, Tom's work has kept him busy. He was previously based in Dubai. Okay, we have another girl come from Dubai. Let's see if they match up. Where he sold Christmas trees before moving home to buy his beloved local pub. Oh, nice, Tom. That's hard work, though. Now, however, he sold the bar and has plenty of free time to devote to finding love after a year of being single. How single, okay? That's a good thing because the way Tom likes to building connections takes time. He believes that the best part of falling in love is having deep conversations. We ain't got that much time, Tom. We got 10 days in these pods. He feels that falling in love is having deep conversations, making him a perfect fit for the pods. Having grown up in a large family with foster siblings, Tom hopes to get married and foster some kids of his own with a partner one day. Well, Tom, we got a lady in here who is, head over heels about adoption. So I'm hoping y'all at least get to that part of the deep conversation so y'all can understand each other. Y'all, it seems to be having some good matches, okay? A lot of breakups. I don't hear the men talking about infidelity, but the ladies certainly had a lot of them with infidelity. And they have some interesting job choices. Very, very interesting. I'm intrigued with this group. We shall see. Because, it always gives us a curveball of some kind. But y'all, I'm going to do my recaps as usual. I will put out one episode per day after it becomes available on Netflix. And you'll get my recap. I'm going to try and do a weekly live, but no promises because we're doing several of the shows. So please make sure you have liked, you share, you are subscribed, and that notification bell is on because we have lots of great things on this channel. And y'all, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.